I try to be a good person, but it's hard. It's hard. Like, I was keeping a 50 count box of Quaker Oats chewy granola bars in my car to give to homeless people at red lights. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe we'll talk after. If you want a granola bar, I got you. No, I was getting, it was nice. It wasn't that nice. I was getting a little carried away. I was like, you're saving lives, Marcus, giving people like 80 calories, you know? I was like, me and Mother Teresa, same thing, basically. But I was getting carried away. I was pulling across traffic, you know? I was going up to guys like, dude, take 4, take 5 granola bars. I was like a pimp of doing good. So I made it through this whole 50 count box. Then I got an email from Amazon telling me that Quaker Oats chewy granola bars had been recalled because of an E. coli outbreak. I've been driving around Nashville poisoning homeless people. There is a guy I pass by on my way to work every morning. Sir, I've given this guy so many granola bars. I saw him the other day being loaded into the back of an ambulance, and I was freaking out. I went up to the paramedic. I was like, what happened? He was like, fentanyl. I was like, thank God. Oh my God, thank God. I don't know. Okay, I can open up to you guys. You guys seem cool. I'm happy. It's almost Easter, you know, or I think it is. I don't know. I'm Jewish. I don't really know. I'm happy the holidays are over though, because I'm kind of sick of people asking me how was my Hanukkah. To be honest with you guys, I'll let you in on a little secret, because I don't know if you guys know this. All right, here's a little Jewish secret. Hanukkah, not a very important holiday. I don't know if you guys know that. Like, I think because Hanukkah and Christmas, same time, people think equal levels of important. But that's not true. So I know people are trying to be nice, but when they're like, how was your Hanukkah? To me, I hear like, how was your Flag Day? Did you and your family have a good Arbor Day? I heard that's really important to you guys. Is that, because okay, all right, look. Does anyone in here know what Hanukkah celebrates? What the miracle of Hanukkah is? The lights, the oil. We got a rabbi in the front row over here. Amazing. Yes, she's right. She's right. Okay, so it's about, I love that this is just turning into a lesson on Judaism. It is about oil in an oil lamp that should have only lasted for 1 day, and it lasts for 8 days. Exactly. Oh my God, amazing. So, to be clear, the miracle of Hanukkah is about oil in a lamp lasting longer than it was supposed to have lasted. Okay, that is what Hanukkah's about. So I was trying to explain to my friend, they're not equal levels, Christmas and Hanukkah, you know, of important. I was like, what does Christmas celebrate, dude? He was like, oh, it's about the miraculous virgin birth of God on earth as man. I was like, that's beautiful. He was like, what's Hanukkah about? I was like, has your iPhone battery ever been on 1%? And you were like, shit, this is gonna die before I get home. And then it didn't die? That's what Hanukkah's about, okay? So they're not the same. All right, thanks for letting me get that off my chest, guys. My little Jewish chest, I appreciate it. I should introduce myself. I'm Marcus. My last name is Lustig, which actually means funny in German. That's true. But when I was in the 4th grade, my grandma told me that it meant gay. And she meant like, yes, she meant like the old definition of gay. Exactly, like happy, funny gay, like mirthful, you know? Like full of mirth. But I was in 4th grade and did not know that definition. And was like, Grandma, you need to keep your fucking mouth shut. If this gets out at school, I am toast, okay? It is over. And I guess if you think about it though, like in retrospect, what I was afraid of would be like bullies who were ignorant enough to make fun of being gay, but well-read enough to translate German. You know? So bullies who were like, his last name is Lustig? I think we all know that derives from the root word lustigus, meaning man love. Lustig really thought we wouldn't be able to derive the Germanic root. What a queer, you know? You guys know how bullies talk, always translating languages and whatever. Okay, you guys are cool. I feel like we're in it. I can open up to you. Let's see how far we can go here. I wish you could have subtitles in the bedroom. Because my girlfriend can never hear me when I try to do dirty talk. And there's nothing more embarrassing than having to repeat dirty talk. Because someone didn't hear you correctly the first time. Okay, nobody wants to use their loud, clarifying voice in the bedroom, you know? Nobody wants to be like, I said bring that ass over here. I said ass. You know, nobody really wants that. And look, it already takes so much for me to like work up the courage to try to say something sexy that if I get questioned at all, I will bail. Okay? I will bail on whatever I was saying. So I'll work up the courage, you know, I'll be like, baby, no, I'm gonna fuck you so good, you know? And she'd be like, what? And I'd be like, what? Oh no, I just said you rock, you know? I said you're like a really good person. Have you guys ever had somebody say what to you? And it's not because they're not questioning what you said. They literally just didn't hear you. They're saying what because they didn't hear you. They're not questioning you. But it makes you question what you said. It makes you reconsider what you said. That's not the time that you want that to happen. You know, so I'd work up the courage and be like, baby, no, I'm gonna fuck you so good, you know? And she'd be like, what? And I'd be like, it's gonna be normal. Like normal good, but like normal, you know? Be like, baby, better bring that ass over here. She'd be like, what? I'd be like, you can leave it over there. That's fine. All right, guys. Give yourselves a round of applause, folks. You're a lovely, lovely audience. We got other hilarious comics coming up here. Hugh is the best. Lydia, who's coming on after me, is super funny. You guys are going to love her. I'll tell you one story. I'll get out of here. As a kid growing up, I would spend my summers at a sleepaway camp. You know, camp, you're there for the whole summer. You're with other kids in cabins, whatever. And there was this thing that girls would do at camp where at least once a month, to not get in the pool, girls would say they had an ear infection. Okay, yeah. This side of the room understands. Once a month, girls would say they had an ear infection to not get in the pool. I was like a 13-year-old boy who couldn't figure this out. You know, I was like, why do the boys never get ear infections? And the girls always get ear infections, you know? So I eventually asked my friend about it, and she was like, well, we say ear infection like wink, wink. And I was like, I don't understand. And she was like, we say ear infection, but like, it's our time of the month. And I was like, I don't get it. And she was like, we're bleeding out of our vaginas. And I was like, you have an ear infection so bad. How can you hear me right now? All right, guys, I'm Marcus Lustig. Let's get Hugh back up here, y'all.